So as I said in the beginning, that sir told us there's a song. And now, no song, the speech is. The evaluation will involve giving feedback about the speeches so that you can do it better the next time. For this evaluation session, the evaluators will be called upon and their times will be 2 to 3 minutes. The first speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Samitra of the TMOD. Can I use those chits and ask you?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Unfortunately, everything is wasted, so.
True. Are you waiting for the food at the end of the meeting? Right. Yes, I am waiting for the food at the end of the meeting because I didn't have too much lunch today. And I enjoy the vadas a lot over here, so yeah.
She's going to be evaluating Toastmaster Priyadarshini.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudhika. Good afternoon, Toastmasters, and to my lovely speaker, Toastmaster Priyadarshini. You did a wonderful job today with regard to your objectives of the speech, which was organize your speech and communicate your message in a very clear way. I love the way you opened the speech with the happiest moments in your life. I've often quite deliberated that how does one remain happy all the time? What constitutes to happiness at any given moment in time? And you made it very clear to me by giving out a very point form and factual speech stating that happiness comes from physical wellness and emotional wellness. You used a very good outline in a topical manner. Your speech topic was very good, which was happiness quotient. You went on to explain that physical wellness, such as health food, healthy living, a good physical lifestyle, leads to happiness. And next you went on to explain the emotional wellness aspect of it. Can you Toastmasters help me out by citing a few examples of what you think is emotional happiness? What leads to emotional happiness? Some activities that
Dancing.
Sorry?
Dancing.
Dancing is one activity. Singing, painting. Good food, eating, exactly. Which was all covered in Priyadarshini's topics. She covered them briefly, stating that meditation, being happy, and a positive attitude in life can lead to emotional happiness. Priyadarshini also used a prop today. Can anyone tell me what the prop was today?
Apple.
Exactly. Now, when you use a prop like that and you describe it with such lovely terms, peeling the apple, my mouth was watering. When you use a prop like that and explain your point to the audience, it sticks in their head. And kudos to you for doing that. That was wonderfully done. Can you have a round? Your message was very clear. Happiness and how to remain happy. I liked how you used supporting material like Stephen Hawking that everyone knows about and inspiring us with the fact that he was physically challenged from the age of 22, but still he's made something of his life. And you also transitioned beautifully from all your topics. Your opening was very strong, what helps you remain happy, and your closing was superb, where you ended with, keep a smile on your face for the rest of the day. The only one thing that I would recommend that is beyond the scope of your objective for today would be I wish you'd spend a little more time on the aspects of physical wellness. Just as in be health, go exercise, something like that would have enhanced the content of your speech a little more. But overall, I think it was a beautiful speech and extremely well delivered. Best of luck for your next speeches. Thank you.
Our next evaluator is Toastmaster Tushar. He works at Cognizant and he said that there's no such thing as truth or dare. Both ultimately amount to dare. So here's your dare. And so Samiksha, everything is mixed. Choose. I made it out.
Okay.
Dance a little while you are explaining your duties or speech.
Sure. My dance will be more human, like a walking and running. Stay take it. Good afternoon, everyone. Or is it good evening? Good evening, everyone. Especially to my target speaker, Azhar. A very socially relevant speech regarding kindness in times of intolerance. It was well scripted, delivered properly, and emphasizing on the humane aspects of our living, like kindness, respect, humanity. Now, today's speech, I am going to evaluate on 3 points. One is how it met the objective. Second, the other good points with the speech. And third is the scope of improvement. Now, objective of speech are select an appropriate outline which allows listener to easily follow and understand your speech. So your title was respect. You started with an anecdote related to respect. So we were easily able to follow you what your speech was. It was clearly outlined, clearly scripted. Second is make your message clear with supporting material directly contributing to the message. There were a lot of anecdotes. You had peppered your anecdotes here and there to explain the importance of respect. And hence, this made your speech, your message very clear to us as an audience. Create a strong opening and conclusion. You started with the anecdote in your experience in airport, and then you ended with a very beautiful line, smile and thank you can change life. It's like a boomerang. It comes back to you. That was a very good line and a very powerful message hidden there. Now, the other aspects of your speech which I liked was the humor regarding this Swachh Bharat cess, and then lady bargaining in the shop. There was humor there. So it had people had a laugh there. It was good. Lot of anecdote, as I have already told. Example of Annadurai, who everyone in Chennai knows. Now, coming to areas, not areas, but just one specific point which I want to mention is, I felt that you had problem internalizing the speech. You were forgetting. There were 2 instances where you forgot the speech. Now, normally what people do is, they divide their speech in chunks: opening, body, conclusion. In body, they will have smaller chunk. Paragraph 1, you give a subheading, point 1 to point 1, 2, 3. Like first part of body should be anecdotes. Anecdote about the Annadurai, anecdote 2, anecdote 3, part 2. Like this, you create a smaller chunk, give the subheading, and give a bullet point. Basically, creating a mind map. So try to do that, and it may help you internalize speech better. Looking forward to your other speeches. Thank you. Over to you. I said that I'll be walking and all that. Yeah, for me.
Our evaluator is Thomas sir. And sir had asked me what is better, truth or dare. And I said truth will be better, but then now I've got an opportunity to ask sir a truth or a dare. So dare. Do an interpretation of a member at Mentally and let the audience guess.
Thomas sir.
Friends, this evening I want to tell you something that happened to me a long time ago. Do I sound like myself? Thank you, GE, for being kind to me. Good afternoon, and particularly to my target speaker. Toastmaster Charan, I commend you for 4 things in particular. I don't remember seeing a better demonstration of 4 aspects in a CC2. The 4 aspects to me are: 1, you made me realize unknown things about what I thought I knew. Number 1. I don't know how many in the audience share that. Secondly, you brought in the unexpected, one after the other. A twist in a tale without a plot. You did that. Third, you also logically, see, CC2 is the most logical, hard-nosed project. You did that. I could see the rib cage, I could see the logical, the X-ray, the structure so very well. Even the sub-points very well. Even the main points, as I will deal with that. You first talked about logic, then you talked about emotion at the end. Going into another aspect I found was, I have not seen a better demonstration of the question-answer format. You said, which is the most extinct animal? Everybody said, tiger, tiger. You tripped us and you got us by the collar. You said, no, the bull. Okay. Then you said, why is it not reported if it's so bad? And you said, the idiotic 10K ceiling. I felt angry. Why statistics is not being used? Then you said at the end, how are you concerned? How are you and me concerned? Bull and me, what's the connection? And you said, you warned us about the evils of globalization and how a country that won the white revolution can be a puppet in the hands of foreign powers. And it can be importing organic milk. I can tell you this was a very terse, tense, logic-led climax that you took us to. Then you came to the classical second part of the question-answer series. What are the answers? What is the solution? Then you said there is already a solution, and you launched into Jallikattu. I never realized, 2 things I realized listening to you, that the bull is the unseen member of the cow family. We forget him, but he is very much there, you reminded me. Secondly, I also realized about the recreational and the procreational roles that bull plays. I never connected the bull and the Jallikattu. We see them as 2 separate things. To me, that was a learning. Now, there's only one suggestion I have to give. After you built it up to a logical climax, you said there are different solutions. But you only talked about one solution, namely Jallikattu. If you had mentioned something more, I would have taken Jallikattu not as a predetermined part 2 of your speech. That's the only thought I have. Otherwise, a moral CC2 delivered, strong on logic, and robustly structured with a clear structure as required in this object. All the best.
The last evaluator is Mohit sir. He was the winner of second runner-up at the division I evaluation contest. So, sir, truth or dare? Unfortunately, we have to follow what it says.
Which committee member eats the most at the end of the meeting? Actually, it's a little difficult because there are quite a few names. Some present here and some not present here. So, as a matter of courtesy, I will pass this question. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm my target speaker, Aishwarya. Good to see you after a long time.
Thank you.
So BDD, something definitely new. I have not heard before. So I'm sure a lot of us. And how many of you heard BDD for the first time? Right. I'm not going to ask how many of you have BDD. But I'm going to see myself less on the BDD. That is for sure, definitely. So definitely you picked up something unique because a lot of topics, getting content and research, even in this CC7 research topic is not easy for a speaker, right? Most of us have gone through that. So BDD, very unique topic and new one you've taken, refreshing one. And second thing is CC7 is all about research, statistics, and credibility. You get to go to sources and have some solid evidence. Like any speech, you need to have solid evidence. CC7 is all about data and research and strong supporting evidence. So a lot of relevant material right from that time, 1891, when probably it was first diagnosed or published by Italian psychiatrist. So from that point till now, you nicely brought in a lot of material, a lot of statistics into that. And what are the possible issues, and what, including things like suicidal tendencies, and how people can suffer, how they can be closeted inside their own shell at home, and how people go through repeat procedures and still not feel all right. So a lot of material you brought in, and also data like how many people who go to cosmetic surgeries and how many people go to dermatologists actually could be suffering from BDD, like 7 to 12%, and 10% the other case. So very nicely taken. You are an excellent speaker. So delivery was absolutely smooth and clear. There is no question about taking BDD and putting all the supporting evidence, and mostly relevant to CC7. What CC7 warrants. So very well done. Now CC7 also needs some critical feedback from now on, right? I mean, beyond CC5, I would say. So one of the things I felt was we had a lot of material actually. So I wish you had structured it a little better. Okay. For instance, the statistics could have been brought up front. So always statistics helps launch you what you want to talk about, and define BDD, right? Why BDD is important for this audience, or why you have chosen the topic. That rationale comes very well by using data. You had actually 2 data points, that 7 to 12 and 10. So using data. The second related thing in the structure is launching the BDD upfront very clearly. How do you know someone who has BDD, or have you read about a character, or is there a movie or something to relate to the audience, connect the audience to BDD is extremely important. I felt if you had a little time after opening to launch BDD very powerfully, all the other material and the solution at the end, what are the 2 things you can do if you know somebody is suffering from very effective. Just one suggestion. Second thing is you had, so one is on the structure and launching it very powerfully, moving the data. So the related thing is in the data point. So for instance, data when you present, it has to be wholesome, it has to be understood. Like simple example is 1 in 4 in this room might have a problem. I mean, I'm just giving you an example. So what the reason I'm saying that is 7 to 12 of people who go to cosmetic surgeries and 10% of people who go to dermatologists. We don't know how many actually go to cosmetic surgeries, right? That whole number we don't have. So when you present data, always make the data extremely clear, or you can just say 1 in 10, 1 in 15, 1 in 12, or X goes to dermatologist and Y is the percentage of that suffering. So bring it in simpler terms and connect it to the audience. Those are the 2 suggestions I have. Otherwise, very well done. Have all the things for CC7 very well done. Little structure and little more usage of proper usage of statistics would have actually made it brilliant. All the best to you.